So last week we discussed this about twice, because we're talking about all the various angles that's been banned before, it's not been sustained, it went back on the ban, various angles. But the most concern we have is security. Because now you've banned, many Nigerians are happy about the ban in these various 6 areas. But they are worried that those you have banned, where would they go? What will become of them? And how would you secure those of us within the other areas? So how do you plan to ensure security of the other areas?
Thank you very much. Very nice question. That security concerns have been raised. In the first place, this ban was placed because of security concerns. The kind of security concerns that Okada generated is bigger than any one that anybody may think of. That it may happen because some people have been asked not to operate Okada business. I assure you that the security agencies are on top of the matter. I assure you that from various levels, right from intelligence gathering by our neighborhood watch people, right from community development associations, the police, and other services, they are ready to see that all of the noise about this is going to cause security problems, they don't become a reality. And I assure you it's not going to.
Okay, sir. This is not the first time Lagos State will be banning, Okada activities in some parts of Lagos. However, the problem we see is after a while, we don't see a lot of enforcement, there's no implementation, and they start sliding back in. What is going to make this ban different from the other ones we've had so far?
But if you talk about the ban being slacked, there's a kind of history to it. Say, for example, when Mr. Bayede Sanwo-Olu, the governor, first made this pronouncement on February 1, 2020, you can go back, have a flashback. You will see that it was well implemented. It was well enforced. And these guys, out of their own volition, were leaving Lagos, and everybody was happy. But all of a sudden, nobody ever planned that we were going to have COVID-19. It came upon us, a calamity that affected the whole world. We are still just recovering from it. And then because of that, everybody was fighting for his or her life. And then the enforcement became weakened. And people thought it was going to continue like that. So massively, they moved Okada into Lagos. But now, we have seen the danger that this mode of transportation constitutes. And we are saying, this one, COVID is out of the way. Now we have all the means of enforcement to ensure that this ban stays. And I assure you it's going to stay.
We cannot arrest everybody. And when we arrest people and take their bikes, what are we going to do with the people? What are we going to do with the bikes? Or do we have space to actually arrest everybody and keep them?
Well, what we do with the bikes is that we crush them. Very soon, we are going to be showing pictures of where the bikes are being crushed.
Wow.
I mean, if government says there's a ban on bikes, I do not see any reason why people should be making excuses that these guys should be allowed to stay, that are we going to take them to the borders and ask them to get out of Lagos. You see, you can go and ride your bike in any other place. And if the government says there is a ban, there's a ban and it must stay. But the thing is that people talk about alternatives. We are doing a lot in transportation. It's the first pillar of the team's agenda, traffic management and transportation. So we are building jetties, 15 jetties that we are building as I speak with you, most of them 90% completed. And some of them completed already in Apa, Badagry, in Liverpool, in Apapa, in Ijede, in Ilashe, in Ajido, in so many places. So the jetties are there, and then for the past 3 years, the Lac Ferry has been operating its ferries, no single accident, no accident record. So many, many more Lagosians have been encouraged to use the waterways. And by God's grace, by the end of this year, we are going to have our rail lines working. Yeah. By the first quarter of next year, rail lines will be, commercial services will begin on those rail lines, the blue line and the red line. And then after that, we pick on the other lines too, that will be coming, about 8 of them, I think. So Lagos is going to have it nice in terms of transportation.
Okay. Most of these bikers will move to those other places that don't have a ban yet. Is there anything the government is planning to do with local government to get the data of people who ride these bikes in those places? Because I'm worried for those people living in those areas.
That's the thing. That's the question I was asking. Because they are going to move
into those hinterlands, yes.
Banned.
We recall
and my area is one of those areas.
2 years ago, when the government first pronounced this ban, we tried, before that, we tried to say we wanted to regulate these guys. Then we asked them to come and obtain last track card, that if you stay in Lagos for about 3 months, let us know where you stay, let us know who you are, let us be able to cater for you. But these guys didn't show up. Even some of these bikes that we are talking about, go and look at them closely. They are not registered. We are talking about a group of lawless people, a group of people who want to turn Lagos into a jungle, and people from whom we have to take back our state. And that is what we are doing. If they go to some other parts of the state, I tell you, I assure you, they will meet the law there. They will meet the law there. From the grassroots, this enforcement is going to be very serious. The people of Lekki, a couple of days ago, they had a press conference to say that they themselves, they are backing the government, and they are forming their own group to enforce the ban, that no Okada must be visible in Lekki, no Okada must be seen, that they are going to annihilate them. So I feel that because it's a people-driven thing, many things may be going on in your neighborhood and you won't know. I assure you, because the local governments are involved in this, the community development associations are involved, everybody is involved, that we must take back our communities from the tyranny of Okada.
Okay. Have you ever tried to miss a flight and you needed a bike? I just know that only a bike that can get you to the international airport. You know, like people
have almost missed a flight.
Like when you almost miss a flight. So sometimes when you as much as I know that Okada is dangerous, but it has come through for some people.
Learn to trek.
Let me just answer your question with a very simple question too. Have you ever experienced somebody who's supposed to travel tonight and then gets his or her bag snatched and the passport inside the bag, and Okada is used as a getaway vehicle?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
It happens.
Yeah.
I've seen friends who have lost their cards, you know, American cards and, you know, bank cards and so many things, all because they were even walking on Okada, you know, snatched such bags. So we have to look at the flip side too.